So the issue, the Gemara on Yud Beis Amud Aleph, which we've already done the facts for, okay, is dealing with what are the two cases and what are the two reasons? What are the two cases are right. So you have Chotev V'Gadish, which means I'm burning out a hole in a haystack, right, to make my sukkah, and the other one is Chavilei Kash. What's Chavilei Kash?
Putting it on top.
Right. So I come in from the field.
To dry.
Right, and I put them up to dry. Okay, which is what we're going to really focus on right now. That's what we're focusing on. Forget Chotev V'Gadish. We'll do tomorrow. That's a separate case. Right. For now, I want to focus on Chavilei Kash. The Gemara says the Gemara is unsure. Is Chavilei Kash an Isser? What should I say? Is it Pasal Midoraisa or Midorbanan? If you say it's Midoraisa, why?
Taaseh.
Yeah. If you say Midorbanan, why? Gzeres Otzar. Good. So we all have the facts. Now the question is. Really?
3 seconds.
So the question is. No. So the question is this. The question is that by Chavilei Kash, bundles of straw that I bring in from the field, I put them on top of my sukkah to do what? To dry. Okay. So the question is, what's the problem there? Is it a Doraisa?
Problem in terms of later wanting to turn into Succah.
Oh, okay, we'll get to that in a second. But at that point in time,
in and of itself.
At that point in and of itself, is it defined as midoraisa asoy, or is it defined as a problem of gzeres otzar?
Okay, doraisa asoy is what?
Taaseh lo asoy. That I have to make it. It can't be something that's made.
Zera is
Gzeres otzar is that if I use this, as Rashi explains, gzeres otzar is by using it that a person's going to say ein adam otza sukkah elaholik v'ochav yoshem beotzara b'makom shelo nishma misham. In other words, he's going to use a place that's not made to be used. Like a storage house, you can say, "Oh, that'll be my sukkah. Why should I build a sukkah? I have a temporary structure outside. I'm just going to live in there."
So it's not that
no, it's that he's going to use a makom that is not that a storage area that's not set up for sukkah. He won't do anything. He's going to live in there.
What's the problem with storage?
Because he hasn't made it into a sukkah.
How do you use a sukkah?
Building schach, Taaseh. There's no Taaseh there. They're afraid of that. There's two questions you have to answer. One is, what makes this case of Asui different than the case of Mechubar? What was the case of Mechubar?
Attached to the ground.
Attached to the ground. So what I mean, this is an easy one, but why is this case, again, let's focus on Chavilei Kash. Why is Chavilei Kash, what's the nature of the Asui there that's different than Mechubar? Hold on, that's one question. And the second question is, the real question, this is an important one. The Havmina is that if let's say I put the Chavilei Kash on top to dry, and then it's a month before Sukkot, and I say, you know what? I'm going to make. I don't want to use any more liyavesh. I'm going to make it l'schach. Okay.
Yeah.
The havmina is that would work.
Right.
The Maskana says it wouldn't work. This is the spara lies in this.
One more. I was thinking about the loop.
Is there anything wrong with the kash itself? No.
As a specimen.
As use it for schach.
The only thing wrong is it's not schach.
Well, okay. Oh, okay. So, Mr. Answer. Okay, so hold on. Before you're already starting to give an answer, but let's just make sure we understand. I want to make sure everyone understands the question here. What's the havmina and what's the maskana? The havmina is that nimlach would work. The maskana is saying that no, nimlach doesn't work, which is a strange thing. Right. Which is a strange thing. So what is the asui here? What's the issue? And this is not. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Walk right into the trap. Thank you. Thank you.
Train?
So to the trap.
You heard train, right?
So, no, trap. So Tamir wants to say very nicely. Tamir wants to say you're lacking in binyan, which would make it very similar to the Mechubar case, except for one problem. What's the problem? What's the problem with that? What do I do to rectify this situation?
You're untie the thing.
Untie? No. No. What do I do?
You untie the
I untie the bundle. That's not a Maisa. No one can ever say it's a Maisa Binyan. That's not a Maisa Binyan.
Who says? Don't trust them.
No one says a Maisa Binyan. No, I'll prove to you the reason why. Because I'll tell you what. Because if it's a bundle of hay, what's changing when I cut the tie?
It's no longer a bundle.
It's no longer a bundle. I thought a Maisa Binyan. At least by Nanea, it's not even conceptual binyan. It's not even that. It's not even conceptual. And right, because if that were the case, I'll prove to you. If that were the case, then I can. First of all, no one ever says so, sir. But even if you want to say that, then you could deduce that from the Mechubar case. You wouldn't need this case.
Deduce what?
You would be able to deduce. You wouldn't need the case of Chavilei Kash because you could just say it's an extension of Mechubar. The answer lies on Rashi's lashon because Rashi says, listen. He says,
I want to guess.
He says ve'omed ve'lo. I'm not cheating. Ve'omed ve'lo l'shem schach shel tseil. Ve'omed ve'lo l'shem schach shel tseil. What's he saying? In the Havmina, you're going to have to say, and I'm not giving you the whole thing yet, but in the Havmina, you can't tell me that l'shem that sale in and of itself is an automatic reality. Because if that were true, then when I'm nimlach, according to Havmina, I could just say it's not liyavish anymore. But I can't. I have to actually say this thing is now l'shem schach. Okay, so that shows you that sale isn't the default. You can't say that yet.
What's the difference between l'shem sale and l'shem schach?
What is the difference? When a person, Rashi says, l'shem schach shel tzel, v'lo l'shem schach shel tzel. Listen, when I go ahead and I do the Maisa, when I do the Maisa, I put the Chavilei Kash on top. I've done, according to Hamina, I've done an action. I don't have to go ahead and redo any other action whatsoever. I could just say, now what was my action? Look at what the action was. And remember, is there anything wrong with the Chatza?
No.
Nothing wrong with the Chatza. So here's what's amazing about this. You have the right ingredients of Maisa, and you have the right ingredients of Chatza. So what are you lacking?
Intent.
Yeah.
Okay, intent. Good. Okay, intent. All right.
We have not fastened purpose of the chesed.
I was just saying. So let's already show just with that word alone. We've already made a huge step, which is that you would think HeAsui is really din in Chatza. No, forget Gabra. We got to get that. But you think it's always a din in Chatza, right? Or in Maisa.
Oh, okay.
But here we're saying no. It's another idea of intent, meaning
Or intent is really part of
what
Maisa,
you
so
do, how you relate to it when you do the Maisa. Well, I shouldn't say that. How you relate to it can determine what the schach is or not. Okay, but what do we mean by that? Do you ever, according to the Havmina, have I ever actually changed this as being schach?
No, it's always been schach.
Okay, now we're talking. When let me finish, and then you have your spat. When I do, according to the Havmina, wait, I know. Well, according to the Havmina, when I do the action of putting Chavilei Kash on top of the schach, on top of the sukkah, okay? Have I done an action of putting schach on the sukkah?
Yeah.
Is there anything wrong at that point in time with the chefsa of schach?
Nah.
There's only one thing lacking.
Shame.
The shame.
Yeah.
But now,
It's not schach, that's one thing. Like.
no, it is schach.
But it's not.
I
want to hear it.
So I'm about to say it. So I think you can say it like this. I think what you're saying, what Dylan is saying, is correct. I'll just modify it one way. In other words, all along, the schach is always defined. If it's kasher schach, according to Havmina, that's why the Maskana is so revolutionary. The Havmina is a simple way of looking at it. This schach is defined as schach, right? So the only way it wouldn't be defined as schach, I don't mean the chefsa itself, but the only way to do something to it would be to use it in a manner or give it a kavana or an intention that is against what its normal function is. Meaning, I go ahead and I say it's liyavish. So when I say it's liyavish, okay, what have I actually done? All I've done, right, is I've created, in a sense, an interruption.
Absul.
Well, it's translated as absul. What I've done for right now is I've created. Absul is always conceptual. Well, I've interrupted its definition as being l'shem schach shel mitzvah. Right, as being exclusively that.
Right,
Fine.
exclusively that.
Right. So since I've done that, so I've created an interruption. So now, what's the problem? I can't use it. What is Nimlach doing? Nimlach isn't just simply removing the yavish. What am I doing when I say it's not l'shem schach? What am I doing when I say that?
You're removing shame yavish.
Yeah. Now, again, the Havin is saying ultimately.
That nimach is just removal.
The Havin is saying ultimately that all along the schach is l'shem mitzvah schach. That's part of what it is. Why?
What's the same sale had to do with that then?
You'll see in a second. It's saying that all along this schach is schach. It's the chefsa is defined as schach. So what am I doing when I say liyavesh? Right? I am now. Of course, sale is a reality. But when I say liyavesh, what am I now doing? In a sense, fine, perverting, interrupting. I like interrupting, and you're interrupting the shem mitzvah schach. So that's why. But that means that all along my original maisa, you can't say there was a problem with my maisa of putting up the chavilei kash. It's not a psul in my maisa. Because it's always a shame, it's a schach. Just that right now, the fact that I gave it liyavish intention, so I've created like a block.
Built in devices that it's okay.
Right. So
roofing is okay.
Once I remove the block, right? That's what nimlach is. Now I'm good. So why would I have to go back and do the maisa again?
Fine.
Because you have to say this. You have no choice. The Maskana is telling you that there's really two ideas of schach. Okay. What are the two ideas of schach? What are those two ideas? There's two ideas. No, not Maisa. The Maisa we're done with. Okay, sale. Okay.
Function.
Right, that's function. Okay, as well as what?
Never anything else.
Intent.
What do you mean by intent? When I do the Maisa, putting the chavilei kash on top of the schach. Okay, what have I done at that point in time?
For schach.
When I put it up there to dry. Okay, what have I done at that point?
You did
Edited
according to the Amaskana.
According to Maskana. What?
It's the function.
Okay, so
with a psul of something of Yotish.
But what's the Maskana saying though? Because that was the case, and Nimlach would work.
You remove